Hello and welcome to the SumCMS Pro settings tutorial video. So before we go ahead and start with the settings page, I want to go over the navigational bar here on the side. The reason why you'll see settings is under management is because, as you see here, this little plus symbol represents a group category for these navigational links within management. And so whenever you see those, you basically just click on them to see what's in them. They're not actually links to a certain page. Just a little FY so that you know what that is. Because if we didn't have these, then the navigational bar would just be way too long here. So we kind of simplify things by having that. So back to the settings page. We have our information card, our business settings, Google Analytics, and switches. First off, with information card, you can see these two little red stars basically indicate that these two are required. You have to have these things filled out. If you don't, you basically won't be able to go ahead and update your settings page. So first off, business name is pretty straightforward. All this information here is pretty straightforward. Your business name, so let's say you own a business called John's Golfing Supplies, then you'll actually put John's Golfing Supplies here. It's already populated with the information that you signed up with. The contact email, this email is going to be used to send you whenever someone comments on a blog entry and you need to approve those comments, you'll be sent an email to this address here, and as well as if someone contacts you on your contact form that comes with the SumCMS Pro platform. So it's vital to have something here, preferably an email that you want to use for this site for receiving information. Logo URL, as you can see, this ghosted URL that's here, it kind of gives you a little demonstration of what's expected. And you could go ahead and use this browse link, which whenever you see this browse link is just a media browser of the directory where you can upload files. And so here you would upload a file, you'll select it by double clicking on it, and it will actually go ahead and populate the address here, and you're pretty much done at that point. Full address is where you type in the full address if you have a business actual physical location. What's great about this is because when you put the full address and you have this checked off, which it says display map for contact page if address is provided, then on your contact page you'll actually have a Google map of where you're located, which is very beneficial for most people who are looking up your business information. Phone and work hours is basically your business phone and the work hours in which you have your store open, if there is a store, or maybe just operation hours. And all this information is basically used to populate certain areas within the theme that you select. So depending on the theme, this information may be populated somewhere or another. Switches, you have approve all future comments for blog entries. Now what happens is if you have this checked off, then whenever you have anyone comment on a blog entry, it will simply automatically post to your website. Now if you don't have it checked off, then what you'll receive is a email letting you know that someone has commented on your blog entry, and then that way you can go ahead and log in, read it, and approve it or disapprove it or delete it. Display your contact email address. This is by default is off, and the reason why is because a lot of people don't want to display their email, but some people do. So if you want to display the contact email, which is up here, then you'll have this checked on. If you don't, then have it checked off. On your basic settings, you'll see the domain, which is this is your current URL to get to your site. The number of blog entries per page. So for example, if you go to my blog on this website, you'll see the first 10 entries that I post there, or not the first, but the last 10 entries that I've posted. And if there's anything more beyond 10, it'll just fall over to the next page. So then you'll see a next button on the bottom there, which you can go ahead and hit next to, and you'll go ahead and see the following entries there. The redirect URL allows you to redirect your website to a particular parking page if necessary. So for example, let's say you just launched the site, you don't have no content here yet, but you want to go ahead and redirect people to your website, but you kind of want to forward that to like another page instead for now. So you could actually maybe, let's say for example, put your Facebook page URL, and so when people type in this URL, that is where it will be redirected. So it's very beneficial and useful. Disclaimer text is where you want to go ahead and put your legal information. This is always going to appear at the bottom or footer of your website in small text of some sort. And again, depending on the theme, this will appear one way or the other. And then finally, Google Analytics tracking code. So if you do use Google Analytics, you just simply add your tracking code here and hit update. And that's all you really have to do. The theme inserts the Google code to all the pages, so you don't have to do much work after that. And that pretty much sums up your settings page.